what was the main reason you signed up for the Cash Practice Mastermind? I really wanted to succeed, and just starting out, I have an 8-month-old, finances being tight. I needed to find something I could afford. I looked elsewhere at a couple other places, and the prices, even though there may have been value with that, it was just more than I could handle. And the Mastermind offered a lot of great value for a great cost up front. What were some of the reservations you had while deciding on the Cash Practice Mastermind? I'm kind of cheap, and I kind of like to try to do everything on my own. Some of that's good, some of that's bad. So even though it's a really good low price and everyone I talk to is like, oh yeah, it's nothing. Even for me, I was like, that's a little bit of investment getting going, just because I was trying to maximize everything I could. But I know I needed help. I've never done anything like this before too. So just stepping into the unknown adds into some of the reservations that I had. What made you decide to sign up for the Cash Practice Mastermind? Ron obviously does really well, and he'll get a kick out of this. Even though I wasn't sure about him up front, which is unfair to base it off of videos and stuff like that. He's grown on me a lot. I like the way he's very thorough, objective. He's a great reasoning process, very clean about the thought process. And I like that. He really didn't come off salesy. He just came off very knowledgeable, knowing what he was doing. And it's really, really important to me that I find a way to succeed. And I need to find a mentor, probably mentors, to help me out throughout this process. And I felt like it was a great place to start. I had even talked to Dave a long time ago, the genesis of my thought process of getting going about the Cash Pay Mastermind. And I heard he was going to be a part of that. I thought it was a really great group and a great investment, because I know there's some lifelong learning I can continue to learn from, rather than just upfront and only the Cash Pay Practice Mastermind. So what is the biggest difference Mastermind has made for you in your practice? Networking for sure. The one tip I heard from about Instagram has made such a huge difference for me, and it snowballed so beautifully. I just kind of went on to Google. I started looking in the area, made some just cold calls to some local health and fitness places, and this one really nice lady picked up. She was a manager for a personal training place, and we met up and just kind of chatted, and it was a great overall time. And then she even emailed me, I think the next day. She was like, would you mind checking out I think it was her hip at this point in time? And I'd say, awesome. And then I was kind of like, how do I work with this? Because I don't want to just sell myself for free, but this could be a great opportunity. So I listened to Ron's suggestion. I offer a free discovery visit anyway, so that's just kind of one thing I do. But then he said to offer a free evaluation as well. So I said, sure, I'll do that. And I was a little nervous about even doing that and then asking for full price, because I want a good relationship there and good referrals. But she had no problem. In fact, even though I don't do packages yet, it's probably something I'll do in the future. She wanted to buy a package, and she wanted to buy 6 visits right off the bat. That alone, if we just stopped there, had already paid for itself. I'm pretty cheap right now. I'll probably come up from prices, but I think the package was like 6 visits for $750. And that alone paid for a lot of this mastermind opportunity. And she's since then bought 2 more packages of 7, just working on different ways of moving better. She's into some very intensive yoga positions and movements, and it requires some really good skilled care actually to help her do some of these things. We're now doing monthly meetings with her and a bunch of other health professionals, and that's just spilling over all over. She knew a couple other health coaches that I've met up with. So yeah, networking, that one tip alone has really just spilled over in so many good ways, which is fantastic. What would you say to someone to recommend the Cash Practice Mastermind to someone else? I would say go for it. I mean, you surround yourself with other like-minded individuals, you will only grow with that. And anyone who's really invested themselves in the cash pay mindset means they're really interested in growing this lifelong. And so sure, pay a little bit up front just so you can have that success down the road. And you're going to get some great information just from talking to this community of people that you surround yourself with. What does the Cash Practice Mastermind offer you that you can't get anywhere else? I would say it gives me direction. I like to knock off like 3 or 4 things that are on my priority list, and then I'm kind of like, what next? And this mastermind provides a lot of direction and even some prioritization, which is really important because you have so many things on your plate. Being a one-man band at first, you need to know how to prioritize things and what to do. So that's been really important. The supportive community, everyone's just been so helpful on that mastermind group. I feel like you can just ask anything, no dumb questions. We're all kind of learning together as we're doing it, and that feels really good. Some great camaraderie within the group. Everyone's been really supportive. So yeah, what problem were you having that attracted you to the Cash Practice Mastermind? I would say lead generators, just learning how to accrue more leads, just learning how to instill confidence, and how do you sell cash pay. That'll be something I imagine I continue to get better at. And you'll probably almost always deal with insurance questions and get better at handling that, framing that, selling that, starting with a value proposition up front. And it feels good to invest in yourself, to be able to show that value up front. It's kind of fun creating, ebooks and just a nice professional looking website, investing in YouTube videos and playlists, all that adds value. It helps with the lead generators. And that's one thing the mastermind has helped me with substantially. Who would you recommend the Cash Practice Mastermind to? Honestly, anyone interested in cash pay PT, I wouldn't say you'd even necessarily have plans of going into creating your own business. I think it's just good information out there that can even be expanded and extrapolated into other professions even, but to keep it a little bit more of a narrower scope, I think this would have been awesome right before I opened my business, even a few months before I opened it, to start to think like this. I know for me, business was never a strong suit. I'd always learned the skill set of being a physical therapist, a weight training specialist, I sat for board specialties in orthopedics and sports. So it took and I did an orthopedic residency. So that's 8.5, 9 years of only being invested in my skill set and not learning how to utilize it from a business perspective and sell yourself appropriately. So I don't feel like you could always use, in my opinion, more time to learn the business savvy component of it to be able to market yourself. So that's it's a broad scope, but I would say a lot of people could benefit from the Cash Practice Mastermind. It's a great price to be able to get started. And I think they even have the $1 to get started per month. I'm sure you could ask Ron or Dave about that. But what part of the Cash Practice Mastermind do you find valuable? I would say the part would be the informative videos. I like that I can go back and look at it when it's best for me. Saturday mornings, grabbing some coffee, throwing on a video, and it's just a good mindset, a good productive mindset, continue to head in the right direction. So I would say that would be the best part, in addition of everything I've said already, with the direction, the community, the information, the business savvy, etc. Is the Cash Practice Mastermind worth the investment? Absolutely. I think any good entrepreneur would admit that they have mentors, I should say, a bunch of them even. You need to have someone that's helping you along this path. There's just so much to cover all the time. You need to have an open mind. You need to be able to accept constructive criticism, and it's all for the best. It's all for the good. You utilize that information to help out more people than ever, and that premium one-on-one quality setting. What type of return on investment have you gotten from the Cash Practice Mastermind? Well, as I mentioned, just that one patient alone from her plan of care is roughly around $2,200 or so. She's helped me sync up with a couple other healthcare practitioners in the area who I've started to receive referrals from. We're meeting up now once a month for lunch with this little group. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, that's great. So the return on investment has already superseded, I don't know what the math is, but a long time, and it gives me that much more confidence to say, okay, I know it's X amount up front, but you need to think bigger. You need to think 30,000 foot view, looking down, and where's it going to get you to down the road. If you had not signed up for the Cash Practice Mastermind, what do you think your practice would be now? I would say definitely more stagnant, and you could use the word nerve-wracking. I've learned so much already, even in the past month, with landing pages and verbiage and how that matters. There's going to be more to learn with active campaign, how to get better Google reviews, how to get more reviews, and just how to be more autonomous, more professional in your approach as a cash pay practice therapist. And yeah, just how to continue to get better at even the small things. There's so much little stuff that adds up to allowing you to be the expert in the area. And we've received emails from Dave and Ron about, if you're number 2, no one's going to see you. You have to be number 1 in your area to stick out. And I'm willing to do what it is, do what it takes, work with the Cash Practice Mastermind, work with Dave and Ron to be able to help me out in order to succeed. So thank you to them. I look forward to continuing to build a relationship with both of them, to getting to know them personally, and how we can help others as well succeed. Because I'm already getting questions from other opportunistic, interested therapists who are stuck in that corporate setting, and they've seen that I've stepped out of the corporate world about 5 months ago, and I'm doing okay. And I think they're seeing that, and they're already starting to ask me questions. I'd love to help lead them to the mastermind group and kind of get us all on the same page, because I'm bringing them new content all the time. I can see they're super interested in that. So thanks again for everything, and appreciate it.